Day 2 of the 2017 Colt World Series is upon us here from Loeb Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana, presented by MTC Sports. Your teams here for game number 5 of the tournament are from Crowley, Louisiana, and your team from Aruba. Both of these teams lost yesterday in their opening round games. This will be an elimination game for one of these two teams today. It's Sean Walker and Chris Walker here from inside the press box at Loeb Stadium, ready to bring the action for you here today. Chris, I know you were here last night. You got to take in some of the games. What did you take in from day 1 of the tournament?
Well, I think what I took away the most was I was really impressed with the Netherlands team. The Netherlands coach, Mike Dersma, I played with in college at Purdue. Really impressive young group they had there. So it's going to be fun to watch today to see how things unfold.
One of the best games from yesterday was the 1-0 loss for Aruba against that Bay City, Michigan team. Starting pitcher for Michigan comes out and throws a one-hitter in that game and kept Aruba at bay. Chris, he had probably one of the filthiest sliders I've ever seen from his age group, and he just kept batters off balance all day long.
Well, that's one of those things where first game in a tournament and you get a tremendous pitching performance like that and you can go the entire way, it really saves the rest of your staff for the remainder of the tournament. So that puts Bay City in a very good position going forward.
For Louisiana, they suffered a defeat from the team from Upland, California. That was a final of 9-3 yesterday in the first game that kicked off the Colt World Series here in Lafayette, Indiana. Our other games of note, South Korea made a great comeback against North Carolina. They were down 8-3 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, scored 6 runs, and rallied in a walk-off fashion to win 9-8. And then, as Chris alluded to, that Netherlands team was probably one of the most impressive offensive teams yesterday. They hung 10 on the board and did run rule fashion. They beat Lafayette. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, if we could, here real quick for the teams here today. We'll take the batting lineups for Louisiana. It'll be Richard, Verrett, Bernard, Zeman, Benoit, Reberg, Louvier, Oquay, and LaFleur in your starting lineup. Defensively on the other side for Aruba. Around the diamond, it'll be Mercolina at third base, Francis at short. Your second baseman today is Dirks. First base is Canister. Your outfielders are Sahid, St. Yago, and Leclerc. Behind the plate is Ed Warda. Our starting lineup is presented by Ivy Tech Community College. Our starting pitcher for Aruba today is going to be Cal Maduro, getting his first action on the mound for Aruba. And if we could, let's take a look at our weather forecast for today here at the Colt World Series. Temperature currently at 70 miles an hour. We got 70 degrees, 6 mile per hour winds. Humidity at 69%, and it is going to be sunny all day. Thanks to Titma REMC for their sponsorship here during the 2017 Colt World Series. Chris, it's been a lot of fun. This is the 6th year that MTC Sports has been here to bring this tournament to the viewers at home. Excited again to be here for, like I just said, 6th straight year. This is day number 2. We've got still 4 games to come tomorrow. You've got the consolation game and a handful of games on Monday. Tuesday, we've got some games, and the championship will be decided on Wednesday, August 9th.
Yeah, this has been a great event for a lot of years here in Lafayette, and since you guys and MTC Sports have come on board, I think it's really boosted this event, and it's provided a lot of fun for the area and folks around the world actually to be able to tune in and watch their friends and kids. So it's been really awesome the last few years in this event.
We'll get set for first pitch. Again, your starting pitcher today for Aruba is Cal Maduro, and he will face Cameron Richard, who will lead things off here for Louisiana. Richard yesterday went 0 for 4 at the plate, and the first offering here is a swing and a miss.
You know, it's going to be interesting to watch Cal Maduro. I watched him warm up a little bit. Kind of a tall, lanky, decent build, right-handed pitcher. And when he keeps the ball down, it looks like he has good arm side run. So he can make it really tough on right-handers if he keeps the ball down.
This one fouled straight back quickly behind 0-2 in the count.
It's got that slow, deliberate wind that kind of lulls you to sleep, and that ball comes shooting out of the hand, gets on those batters really quickly.
The third offering to Richard. There's a breaking pitch that hangs up in the zone. It'll be hit down the left field line, and that will be hit a mile. Leadoff home run, first home run of the tournament. Cameron Richard, down 0-2 in the count, gets a hanging breaking ball and puts it over the 321 marker in left field. Louisiana up 1-0.
Well, we talked about it, and you called it right on, Sean. Maduro left the breaking ball hanging right up there, and Richard did not miss it. And after watching, this is where both of my boys' high school field, they play here, and they, again, just got a breaking ball that was hanging up there, and he hit it over the fence. But if you're going to hit one out in this park, if you can hit it down the lines, the ball really travels well. But anywhere else is going to be really tough to get out of here. But the park plays really small down the lines.
Yeah, let's talk about those dimensions. It's 321 in the area where Richard just hit that home run. 368 to the alley. 407 out there in what would be considered center field. 355 in right center, and 327 down the right field line. And again, Maduro up 0-2 in the count here. He's throwing strikes early, just a bad 0-2 pitch.
Let's see what he does 0-2 here. You know, he tried to throw that curveball again, and he was trying to snap it off even more to make sure he didn't hang it, and it kind of slipped. So, yeah, he needs to find that breaking ball, or if you can't find it, maybe you go way away or do something different, high and tight with the fastball there, 0-2, but you definitely don't want to hang it again like he did to Richard.
So 1-2 count here for Verrett. What a start for Louisiana. This one popped up into the air. Should be an easy pop fly for the second baseman who's camped out underneath it. And sometimes things that should be easy are not, as this one is dropped, maybe lost in the sun. As that was a sky-high major league type fly ball there to second base. And Verrett's on second.
You know, that's a tough one for Cal Maduro there. He makes a really good pitch. That time he gets a fastball down. He gets a weak lazy fly ball to second base. And he kind of looked like he was struggling from the get-go on it, and the ball hit him right in the glove, but I'm guessing he lost that in the sun a little bit there, Sean.
Chris, at what point, looked like the right fielder was there too, do you call him off? It's an easier play for the right fielder coming in than the second baseman backing up.
You're absolutely correct, but it almost looked like, I mean, the second baseman wasn't really camped under it, but he looked like he was fairly under control, so I can see how the right fielder just allows him to take that one. You know, that's one of those where if you're just second baseman, you got to be screaming, I'm losing it, I can't find it, and then hopefully you get some help there, but obviously he didn't in that situation.
Third batter here for Louisiana is Jacob Bernard, starting center fielder for Louisiana. Bernard yesterday went 1 for 2. Had a double in that game, and that loss to California. This one caught quite a bit of the plate. Lifted into center field. Center fielder does make the catch. Nice throw to the cutoff man, and that'll keep the runner at second base.
You know, saw a couple things there. You know, that ball seemed like it was hit fairly decently well to center field, but again, when it's the sign says 407 out there, but I think it's probably more like 450. It looks like about 600 out there. It is really deep straightaway center field. But I'll tell you, the runner on second base there, Verrett, I'm glad he didn't tag up there because he definitely left the base too soon. And I think he realized that and got back right away.
Nicholas Zeman steps in now for Louisiana, starting second baseman. He'll be hitting in that cleanup spot today. That breaking pitch, a nice one for Maduro. It's in there for a strike.
I think the home plate umpire is giving a pretty generous outside corner there to left-handed hitters. That's going to make it really tough on them.
We like that. That keeps the pace of play.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Look at where that catcher's setting up now, Sean. Wow.
I think you got to test. You got to see where the limits are on that.
Absolutely. That's really smart pitching there.
This team from Aruba had obviously quite a trip here. I believe I heard they got detoured through North Carolina and got hung up there for a minute before they could get here. So maybe suffering from a little bit of a hangover, a little jet lag.
Oh, I tell you.
This one thrown away into center field, and that will allow the runner to scamper to third. A good, strong throw from center field. But Verrett now stands just 90 feet away.
Yeah, that's one of those ill-advised pickoff moves there where the pitcher does the inside turn and throws it. What you have to understand as a pitcher there, when you turn around and pick off to second base or third base, you do not have to throw the baseball. That's not like at first base. And so that one, I think Maduro would have been better advised to hold on to that baseball and just live to fight another day. But now you throw it away because no one's really covering the base. Now you have a runner at third with one out.
It's almost an impossible throw, too, the way you have to turn your body and then you're throwing with the right hand.
Absolutely.
This one hit hard. That'll be into the outfield. That'll drive in an RBI. Louisiana quickly up 2-0 early here against Aruba.
Just a really good piece of hitting there by Nicholas Zeman. He gets a fastball down in. He doesn't try to do too much. Hits a hard ground ball in the 4-hole there for a base hit. Gets himself an RBI. 2-0 here. Crowley Cajuns early in the game.
That'll bring up the catcher in Austin Benoit. Austin was hitless yesterday in 3 at-bats. Struck out one time looking for his first hit. He's hoping to do what his teammate in Cameron Richard did, as Richard went hitless yesterday, but he already put a home run in today's game.
Yeah.
That'll make you forget about that hitless day yesterday real quick.
That's right. That's why in a game of baseball you have to have a really short memory, because Cameron Richard came out swinging. He got himself a hanging breaking ball, and he did not miss it.
Nice pickoff play that time from Maduro. You got Hunter Rehberg in your on-deck circle. He'll be the starting pitcher today for Louisiana. This one lifted into left field. Camped out underneath and able to make the squeeze is Saeed. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, I tell you what, if Maduro keeps that ball down, he's going to be pretty tough to hit. I mean, the couple of outs he's gotten so far been really good, well-located fastballs down the zone. And it looks like the couple hitters for Louisiana had trouble getting that bat head down on it. So if he keeps the ball down, he's going to be pretty effective today.
Maduro comes set. That one inside nearly clipped Rehberg. Pretty small lead over there at first base for Benoit.
Field really looks good this morning, Sean. Grass nicely cut. I love when the infield dirt is watered down there, because trust me, I've seen a lot of games here. When that dirt is, when it comes out and it's really tan, it's going to be rough on the infielders, because it is a fast infield.
Takes off for second. The throw is there, and the third out of the inning is recorded. However, Louisiana able to put 2 on the board, and they lead early in this one. Be back with more baseball here on MTC Sports when we return.
Hey, can you help me move?
Oh, you know what? I'm stuck at the office.
Hi, I'm moving.
No problem, sir. You can get your Xfinity services installed on the date you choose, or have a self-install kit sent to your new home.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE today.
If Usain Bolt represents Xfinity Internet, what happens when we double the speed on 2 of our most popular plans? Meet his twice-as-fast brother, Insane Bolt. Now stream movies and shows twice as fast. Xfinity, the fastest just got faster.
Daily since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe & Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daily for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe & Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
Welcome you back here to the Colt World Series. Bottom half of the first headed your way. Louisiana, though, 2 hits, 2 runs there in the first with some damage done by Cameron Richard. First home run of the tournament. Let's take a look at Aruba's starting lineup today, though. They'll be leading off will be Mercolina, then St. Iago, Francis, Cornelis, Canister, Eduarda, Saeed, Leclerc, and Dirks round out your 9 for Aruba. Defensively for Louisiana, you go around the outfield first. It'll be Verrett, Bernard, and Richard. Then it'll be Louvier, Lafleur, Zeman, and Oquay. Behind the plate is Benoit. And your starting pitcher today for Louisiana. We kind of let the cat out of the bag just a little bit earlier because he was due up as a hitter in the inning. It'll be Hunter Rehberg. He'll get the start today on the mound for the Cajuns, and he's already got a 2-0 lead thanks to that home run hit from Cameron Richard back in the top part of the first. I know you weren't necessarily a pitcher back in the day, but that's got to be a big helper, right? They say, hey, man, I got spotted 2 runs before I even take the mound.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. A beautiful day to play baseball. You come out, your team jumps on the other team in the top of the first for 2 runs. That is very good. That gives you a lot of confidence going on the mound in the bottom half of the first.
I believe we still have that home run bang. Maybe we can show that again to you here momentarily. And, you know, the thing that was impressive about it is the simple fact that it came on an 0-2 count. And Richard gets a hanging breaking ball, and he does what he's supposed to with it.
You know, it's what I love about that is, you know, especially a leadoff guy, a lot of times you see high school level hitters, they'll take that pitch because they'll think that's high. But that's one of those situations where if you get a breaking ball that's hanging like that, you can't afford to take that one. That's a breaking ball you really want to put a good swing on, and Cameron Richard did just that.
First pitch for Rehberg is in there for a strike to the leadoff hitter, and Radiantly Mercolina.
Very well done there, Sean. Radiantly.
He will make the all-tournament team just based off of the name. This one slapped towards the right side. Second baseman there. Quick throw, and it's on the money. First out, retired.
No, that's not the easiest play there by the second baseman, Nicholas Zeman. You know, because you don't know. That ball's kind of a looping line drive, and you don't know when that hits the ground if it's going to have that backspin, it's going to kick back. And so as a second baseman, you're hustling over, but you have to have short, choppy steps to make sure you don't overrun that ball just in case it takes that backspin. Good play by Zeman.
This will be Brandon St. Diago. Step in, hitless yesterday. The only player to get a hit for Aruba was Jarek Francis, and he'll be due up next. And what was just a tough day at the plate for Aruba, but I don't know that it was all their hitting as much as it was dominating pitching from Michigan.
Yeah, sometimes that guy standing 60 feet, 6 inches away from you can dictate how the game's going to go.
That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 count.
Looks like Rehberg's not afraid to change speeds. I mean, he just gets it and kind of slings it up there, changing speeds, does a good job with it.
This one hit to short. Going to be a tough play. Strong throw across the diamond and dug out. Wow. Just in time by the first baseman. Great play there for O'Quay. About said O'Coin. Spelled O'Coin. Pronounced O'Quay.
Nice play there by, is that Landon LaFleur there. Just really goes and gets the ball. Makes a tough throw, a one hopper over there that O'Quay is able to pick. Very nice job by both the shortstop and the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
This will bring up Francis. Hitting in 3 spots today for Aruba. Starting shortstop. This one popped up in the air. Should be an easy play. And just like that, Rehberg comes out and sits him down 1, 2, 3. Quick half inning of work. Louisiana will come back to the plate. They'll be hitting 6, 7, 8 when we return here on the ISC Sports Network.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions. Strike 3 call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2006 2016 Colt World Series.
Would like to think to myself as being a specialist in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance. I have crop insurance. I know the importance of carrying high limits of liability. Price is important. It's got to be affordable. It's got to be a main part of my operation and operating costs because I can't afford to have a loss without coverage.
There is a look inside the dugout here at the 2017 Colt World Series. The Cajuns from Louisiana. Nice shot of Aruba defensively. What is a 2-0 ball game as we get set for the second inning here in the 2017 CWS, as we like to refer to it.
That was a much better shot at the dugout. The last shot of the dugout I saw was a picture on Twitter a couple weeks ago. We had couple days where it just rained ridiculously hard, and I'm telling you the dugouts were completely underwater, and the field it looked like a big swimming pool. I've never seen that much water on a baseball field.
It's just your own personal little swimming pool over there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
As hot as it probably was at that point in time, you didn't need it to cool off. So Rehberg will come back to the plate in what is still technically his first plate appearance, or at bat. This one hit into the gap into right center. Center fielder there, though, gives chase, makes the catch, and Rehberg is retired.
Nice play there by St. Iago. Rehberg lifts a fly ball in the right center field, and Mr. Brandon St. Iago runs over, camps under, makes a play for the first out of the inning.
That'll bring up Bo Louvier as starting third baseman for Louisiana. Louvier yesterday had a single. He was 1 for 3 at the plate. Did strike out twice. This one comes inside, but when you're hugging the plate, still strike if it crosses over the black there. So strike one.
And he's pretty, well, you know, he's not too, he's pretty close to the plate.
That one comes right back outside. Nice spot work there from Maduro. Comes inside, goes right back out, and hits both spots perfectly.
Great pitching there. That's the pitch, though. If you're Bo Louvier, if you're standing where you're standing, you have to be able to attack that ball on the outside part of the plate and drive into right center field.
This one hit hard.
Good swing.
Just over the outstretched arm of the shortstop, and he'll have his second hit of the tournament. First of the day, Louisiana has another runner on board here in the second inning. Got to bring up Cameron Okway.
Okway.
Okway did not play yesterday, or at least did not come to the plate in the game against California, so this will be his first at bat of the entire tournament. Pick-off play to first. Louvier back in plenty of time. Modest lead at first. This one fouled away.
That's
headed right over towards our production trailer.
Yeah, that's that fastball from Maduro that's really got that good arm side run. It's running in on the hands of the right-hander, and you see the hitter Okway is able to foul it off and fight it off, but it's on his hands, and so he fights it off over the right, over the first base side.
A one count here, top of the second. Pick-off play to first. Again, back in plenty of time. That's a good throw, though.
Yeah, Maduro's got pretty good feet for a pickoff move. I wouldn't stray too far off the base if I'm one of the runners on first base.
Delivery here inside. Just missed the hitter in Okway.
Let's see what he does here. I like that. He goes hard in, kind of scoots him off the plate a little bit. Let's see if he now can establish the outside part of the plate with either the breaking ball or the fastball out there. like they're going to go back in.
Louvier with a little bit bigger lead this time down at first. This one popped up. Third baseman able to make the play here. Nicely done. Nice job by Maduro, too, to point out whose ball that was.
Absolutely. You know, I'm telling you, I know he gave up the 2 runs in the first inning, but he's getting his fastball in on the hands of a few of the Louisiana hitters, and they just can't get the bat head out to do any damage to it. So if he can, you know, keep the ball down and keep working the ball in and out, he's going to have some success today.
Now 2 outs for Louisiana. Pickoff play over at first. Back in time again. For Maduro, that pickoff play to first base looks a lot better than the one we saw to second base earlier on.
Absolutely.
This will be Landon LaFleur. LaFleur will get hit in the back, and I was literally just getting ready to reference the movie Dodgeball, because every time I think of or hear the name LaFleur, it reminds me of Peter LaFleur in the movie Dodgeball. And he couldn't dodge this one.
He could not get out of the way of that one.
That one clips him right in the back. I believe the 4 rules were dodge, dip, duck, and dodge, right? Dodge was in there twice. LaFleur did his best that time. He'll reach first base for being hit by pitch. That'll roll us back to the top part of the lineup as Richard, who homered earlier on, we'll see a high inside offering that time.
Using the old DeMarini Voodoo bat, which has been a very popular bat the last couple of years.
That's something that, like, back in my playing day and maybe your playing day, this wasn't as, I mean, you had your Eastons, you had your Mizunos or whatever that kind of got popular in the 90s, and now it seems like, you know, there's just like this bat craze. You got to have this certain bat. Or
oh, yeah, whether it's an Easton Mako, a DeMarini Voodoo, the Louisville Sluggers. Yeah, they're just, you know, the way it works. I mean, I work in the aluminum industry, and I sold the aluminum to all these bat manufacturers. And, you know, whatever team or whatever brand can put so-and-so won the College World Series with our bats last year, that's usually the ones that get the parents hooked, and they start buying them up like crazy. And as
you look at the pass ball that happened a moment ago, this one hit in the dirt, and the catcher's got to come up with that one. That's one where you got to drop and get down in front of that one.
That's right. Reggie Eduardo's he's really got to drop and block and get over there. But back to our bat conversation, Sean. I mean, my boys don't really like me very much. I'm working in the industry. I've always told them that, guys, it's not so much the bat, it's the bat handler, right? So if you can't hit, I don't care what kind of bat you put in your hand, right?
Well, we had a kid in high school, and this is, again, back in the 90s, that, you know, everybody else is using aluminum bats, and he was still bringing a wooden bat to play with and could hit the ball further than anybody on the team. So, I mean,
he's just a pretty gifted hitter.
Second and third here, 2 outs. Aruba trying to get out of this inning.
Swing.
This one could be trouble.
Great swing.
That one's into the gap. That's going to score 2. And I'll tell you what, Cameron Richard is having a day today already.
That's right.
He has come to the plate twice in the first 2 innings and already has 3 RBIs in today's game.
You know, and that's just you know, a really good piece of hitting, and it's not very difficult. 3-1 count. He gets a fastball up and away a little bit, and he just takes it. He hits it where it's pitched. It's hard in the right center field for a double, and now he makes it very easily into second base. I thought for a second he was going to think about going to third, but he stays put at second base with a 2 RBI double.
What a day for him.
No kidding.
3 of the 4 runs on the board have come from his bat.
Halfway to the cycle.
That would be something to see. That one just out of the zone. I know we've seen over the last few years, we've seen a no-hitter. Came from one of the pitchers from Mexico a few years back. I believe one of the players from one of those California squads that won 4 times in a row nearly had a cycle in the game. This one hit foul down the line, but the player at right fielder able to get there to get the third out of the inning. We'll talk more baseball, more history from the Colt World Series when we return. It's 4-0, Louisiana over Aruba.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
A shot at some of the fans taking in the first game of 4 to come your way today here on the ISC Sports Network, presented by MTC Sports Productions. How about that? Ice cream sandwich. Let's get one of those delivered up here. Leading things off here for Aruba will be Emerson Cornelis, team's designated hitter. He's hitting for Cal Maduro, the pitcher, today. You know, Chris, you alluded to or talked earlier about the condition of the grass and how it's freshly cut, and you can see the lines out there. I always enjoy that when they mow it down real well. So hats off to our grounds crew today. Scott McTaggart and the guys out there.
It looks beautiful.
We give Scott his love every year. It's well-deserved. And then, you know, you can't be here at the Colt World Series, have him down there with the grounds crew and not talk about head coach of Lafayette, Jeff Baseball. But he threw a no-hitter here against Honolulu, Hawaii back in 1984, August 13, 1984, in a 7-0 final. The bad news for Scott is he's been serving up batting practice ever since. Just kidding, Scott.
Yeah, Scotty, I'm not sure that Honolulu team, I don't know if they could hit very well or something. I don't know how you threw a no-hitter, bud.
They throw over to first base, and they get him just in time, obviously ribbing him a little bit. Your son, Justin, played here at Lafayette, Jeff, for Coach McTaggart.
Nice play there by the shortstop. Comes in on the slow roller. Makes a play. LaFleur, strong throw to first base for the first out of the inning. But yeah, Scott's been a great coach for the 4 years that my son played here. And just all kidding aside, obviously to throw a no-hitter in an atmosphere like this in the series, in the Colt World Series, is a really impressive thing to do.
John Canister.
Oh, nice
pop
play.
Fly, and look at that. Beautiful play there from the shortstop and LaFleur. He had the LaFleur going there as well.
I was just going to say that, Sean. You're
I
absolutely right.
had to beat you to it.
That is some pretty impressive salad he's got going there. Nice play. And guys, shortstops, in order to make that play, your first step has got to be really quick. You got to be following the baseball, and you got to be moving and anticipating where the ball is going to be hit. You can tell a lot by the hitter's swing, and I think LaFleur did a tremendous job there. But, man, that is some big league hair there. I'm telling you.
That'll bring up Reggie Eduarda,
catcher.
His first at bat here today.
So, well, we got to give Hunter Reborg some credit. He is really attacking the strike zone. And like I said, in the first innings, he's mixing speeds very well, but he's not messing around. He's attacking the hitters. He has a 4-run lead now. There's no reason to try to hit corners and do all that.
Throw strikes.
Attack these guys, throw strikes, and see what happens. Let your defense do the work.
I mean, right now you've got to have some confidence because Aruba only had 1 hit yesterday.
That's right.
They've been held hitless already through, 1 2/3 here today.
And the other part of that is I don't see any reason why Crowley's going to stop scoring. They're hitting the ball pretty well. They're getting guys on base, and as long as Cameron Richard is lurking around in that lineup, I think he's going to be willing to do some more damage. So, I really like the approach by Reborg.
That one just off the plate. That'll be his first walk of the day. His first base runner allowed.
And as I say that, he walks his first guy.
Well, it just takes the perfect game out of the equation.
You got it.
Bring up Brian Saheed. That pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Saheed rocking some shades there. Had some glare off of him, kind of matched the uniform. Nice job behind the plate that time for Benoit, keeping it in front of him. You know, they used to get some pitching here, Chris. You know, we were talking earlier about Scott McTaggart and his no-hitter. Just one of many that's come through, you know, over the course of the years. But most strikeouts by a pitcher in an individual game came from David Clyde from Houston, Texas. Struck out 19 batters.
Wow.
That's domination.
Oh, that's absolute domination.
Two count, 2 outs, and that one in there for strike 3, punching them out. Aruba still hitless in this one, and they trail Louisiana right now 4-0. Back with more baseball here as you take another look at this strikeout. We'll be back with more baseball from the Colt World Series.
Pretty special, right? Where else can you get this?
No, pretty much anywhere.
What?
What? Oh, yeah, no, I meant Xfinity On Demand. You get it on all your devices, anytime, anywhere. But yeah, this you can only get here. Dude, where's your horse?
Who cares?
Awesome is having the most TV shows and movies anywhere with Xfinity On Demand.
It hits the rim right as the light goes in. And
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, and touchdown.
Wow. Denard looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field. He's got Fusich. Look at this one again.
Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
Is on the board. The North wins 10-7.
Good shot inside the dugout. Of course, you know, when we're at commercial break, they decide to dance in front of the camera. We come back, and everybody acts like the camera's not even there all of a sudden. 4-0 your score here in the top of the third inning. Louisiana has really come out early and got the bats going against Aruba. For those of you that don't know, this Colt League World Series is a 16 and under tournament, ages 13 through 16. Mound distance 60.5 feet, your base pass 90 feet.
Yep, this is a regulation baseball field, guys. You can bring the major leaguers here and they can play on this field.
One of my favorite things that they do here at the Colt World Series that's helped put on by Pony Baseball is the Champions League. They bring in some of the special needs kids from around the area, and they'll play a game, and they'll get the players from the teams to come out in uniform, and they'll assist them through that game. That's something that'll happen, I believe, on Wednesday. They've changed it around a few times over the years, but I believe that's going to happen before the championship game on Wednesday. And it's just a lot of fun. The fans come out. You pack in the stadium.
Really cool event.
To see the smiles on those faces is just fun. This one.
Good piece.
Hit pretty hard into the gap. That's going to be trouble. It is off the top of the wall right at the 355 mark.
He is moving.
Not stopping it, too. He's in there 3, and the Pete Rose slide into home. Well, now the ball gets away. So how about this? How about a triple? And then on the throwing area, you go ahead and score a run. That is getting it done. Nice hustle from Jacob Bernard. Get that man some oxygen.
I tell you what, that ball was absolutely smoked. Jacob Bernard got a ball down and in, and for left-handed hitters, that is usually their power zone, and he didn't take it for granted. He didn't stand there and stare at it thinking it was gone. He was busting out of the box right away, and he goes hard, dives in, Pete Rose slide, as you say, in the third base, but the throw gets away from the third base, and he's able to score. And would that be an error on the right field? Did the right fielder make that throw all the way in?
No, it was cut off there.
Okay.
Yep. I believe it was E4.
Okay.
First pitch, a strike to Nicholas Zeman, who already has a single in today's game. He was caught stealing, which ended their inning back in the first. Zeman with an RBI today, knocked in Verrett with that single back in the first. This one sprayed towards the third baseman. Nice play. Throw, though, offline. And Aruba really right now can't get out of their own way. Credit Louisiana for putting the ball in play, but Aruba is struggling. I believe that is error number 4 on the day already.
Yes, it is, and that was Ray Bentley Mercolina, who makes a nice stop to field the ball, goes toward the third baseline, and makes a strong throw, but it kind of sailed on him, and the first baseman, Canister, couldn't reach it, so another runner reaches base on an error, so they'll go down as an E5, and as you said, that's a 5th error, and just, two plus innings so far for the Rubin team. Ouch.
That one off the elbow. That's why you wear the elbow protector.
Yeah, that's really easy for Austin Benoit to do when you're standing there with the armor on. You don't have to move out of the way. But, man, I tell you what, if you don't have that Evo Shield protector on there, that thing's going to hurt a little bit. And I'll tell you, I think in college baseball, that guy would have had to stay at the plate because he made absolutely no attempt to get out of the way of that fastball.
Well, he's also a catcher.
Yeah,
so that's what makes him tough. He's just like, throw it at me.
Right.
I don't care. So runners now on first and second. And you're going to get a pitching change here for Aruba. So we'll try to get all these changes as they happen.
Sean, that's a tough day. I mean, Cal Maduro did give up his share of hits, but when you have four errors that early, that's not really helping you out much.
Looks like the pitcher that comes in is Chi Fai Chong. So it looks like that's the only change that'll be made. So he'll just swap places with Maduro. They'll still have the DH in place with Cornelis. I don't see any other changes taking place on the diamond. So Chi Fai Chong will come in. Get his warm-up pitches from the mound. 5-0 your score. Louisiana out on top early in this one here in the top of the third inning. And they've got 2 on base already. There's the graphic for you. For the young man now pitching for Aruba. Once Chong is ready to roll, it'll be Hunter Rehberg, the starting pitcher for Louisiana, that'll step to the plate. He flew out to center field in his first at bat. But now he's got him a runner in scoring position out there in second base.
Yeah, I think Hunter's going to be looking to help his own cause out there today. Runners on first and second with no outs. You at least have to move the runners up. You have to advance the runners to second and third. That's the least you have to do. But if I'm the hitter in this situation, I'm looking for something up a little bit that I can drive in a gap somewhere.
Would you be surprised to see him bunt here?
Yeah.
And try to push it down the first base side?
In my opinion, there's no reason to bunt here. Although the first baseman's way back, but you're already up 5 runs, and they are bunting. But to me, that's just a little bit too conservative. I mean, in the situation here, it's 5-0. Let your guys swing away. I mean, let's play for the big inning as opposed to just moving the guys up to try to do damage that way. But that's the good thing about baseball. There's so many different philosophies, right? I mean, everyone goes about it a different way.
This one was more of a protect my face bunt here as it's fouled back off the back fence behind home plate.
That's one of those where when you square your entire body around and you're committing yourself to bunt, that ball's thrown up and in, which is what you should do as a pitcher. The hitter's in big trouble. Either you foul it off or you get a teeth full of baseball.
First baseman playing way in now. He puts this one towards the third base side, and it's mishandled by the pitcher and then thrown away. Runner will score. Another runner advances to third, and Reberg will reach on the fielder's choice there.
So, yeah, Reberg, I think the pitcher, Chung, just on that play, I don't know if he's going to get an out at all there. That was a perfectly placed bunt. He's definitely not going to get the guy at third. Your best bet will be to take a look at first and see if you can get that one, but that's a tough situation there.
So 6-0 top of the third. Runners on first and third, and that'll bring up Louvier. Both singled, scored a run back in the second. I say back in the second like it was a long time ago. That was literally an inning, just an inning back. He'll have a conversation now with third base coach.
That is now 5 errors for the team from Aruba right now, Sean. That's a rough day defensively. It's going to be tough to win any baseball game when you have 5 errors.
This one fouled straight back, just missed by Louvier.
Fouled right back. That tells me you're right on the pitch. Louvier, the tall, slender third baseman.
Delivery here. Just missed the strike zone. 2-1 count.
Still no one out. Runners on first and third. Good opportunity for Louvier to do some more damage.
This one fouled away. Look out if you're over there buying a funnel cake this early in the morning. You might get more than you bargained for. The delivery here. This one slab back. Nice job of just staying alive right now for Louvier.
That's a nice pitch by Chi Fei Chong. It kind of kept Louvier off balance, but an even better job on Louvier's part to fight that off so he can stay in there and live and fight another day. Good pitching there and good hitting. But now if you're Louvier, you've seen everything. You've seen the breaking ball, you've seen the fastball, so now you're ready to hit. Fastball down.
That one off the play. That'll run things full 3-2.
Good at bat here being put together by Bo Louvier. This is usually when good things happen for the hitter. When you see this many pitches, you see everything the pitcher has, sitting 3-2.
Fights that one off of his hands. And that'll be a foul ball down the left-hand side.
Good at bat. I'll tell you, if I'm Chi Fei Chong, I'm going to try to stay in on Louvier because, you know, it looks like he's going to get good plate coverage here, and he's on everything. He's been on the off-speed stuff. He's been on the fastball. If you miss out over the plate, you may get in trouble.
Out in the dirt. Great at bat. A well-earned walk here, and that will load things up for Cameron Okwe. So bases are loaded. Okwe popped out to the third baseman.
Here's one of those coaching situations, interesting situations in the game. If you're the team from Aruba, do you bring your infield in here? You're down 5 runs at this point. Bases are loaded. You can't afford to give up any runs. But what do you do? And it looks like they are bringing their infield in. They're going to try to cut the run down at the plate because they just can't afford to give up any more runs.
Yeah, it's tough. One of those, for me, if I'm doing it, I'd probably bring my corners in and still try to play for the double play up the middle.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's one of those choices. And it looks like the shortstop is creeping back a little bit.
You know, looking, though, most of the outs today, and I know we've got the pitching change now, but Aruba, most of the outs that they've gotten have been pop fly outs.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, you need for your Aruba is the infield fly rule right now, and that's not going to be an infield fly. That ball's
This one hit hard down the left field line, off the fence, hit the 321 mark, and that is going to score a couple of runs here, and now you've got the runner behind the play in some trouble.
Oh, wow.
And nobody's covering first. And so Aruba literally, again, another mental mistake here. Guys just not on the same page. So that is a very long single.
That
321 feet to be exact.
I'm going to tell you, that's about the longest single you're going to ever see. But that ball was hit so hard that there's not much you can do when you're kind of a trail runner in the situation. That ball was smoked.
You know, I'm kind of confused, though, as to why
the runner's still on second base.
Louviere's on second base.
I hear you.
This bunt put down, placed perfectly, going to be a tough play at first. And they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. That was a bang play at first, but job done. Advance the runners over to second and third.
Tell you what, Landon LaFleur can get down the baseline. That is a tremendous job there. Nice play by Chi-Fei Chong. Good strong throw. Just got him over there at first base. Nice job. Yes, he is. On the all-hair team. Landon LaFleur, that is some big-time salad you got going there, buddy.
And this is a guy that you do not want to see if you're Aruba. Already with 3 RBIs in a game, a home run and a double, and, well, now they plunked him in the back. I guess that's one way to keep him from driving in a bunch of RBIs. First base was open. It makes sense. But I'll tell you what, this young man and Richard is having a really nice day today.
Yes, he is.
Already 3 at-bats in the first 3 innings.
And that's just one you can't get out of the way of. That one thrown low, hits you right in the back of the leg. You can't really get out of the way of that one.
And that'll bring up Wyatt Verrett. Verrett reached and scored on an error in the first, flew out to right field in the second. This pitch hit down the line.
Foul.
And it's
just foul.
Just foul.
I think that's Dave Coy, the umpire down the third baseline. He was right on top of that call. Makes a good call because it is just foul. Wyatt Verrett trying to get himself a little single down the line.
You know, earlier for Cal Maduro, the starting pitcher for Aruba, his day ended after 2 innings pitched, 37 pitches, gave up 4 earned runs, 7 runs overall. This one going to add another run to the board for Louisiana. All runners advance. And again, credit Louisiana for hitting the ball today. But Aruba has made so many mistakes. It would be tough to win against a team who's not hitting the ball well today. Because
Sean, you're absolutely correct. I mean, when you have, again, we have 5 errors on the board, and that foul ball is fouled, and that's stuck in the fence up there. Perfectly placed. But back to your point, I mean, when you're giving up this many hits, but you have 5 errors on the board, and there's been even a couple more miscues that haven't been categorized as errors, but they've been maybe some mental errors, and that makes it tough to win.
Third baseman makes a nice play there. One hopper over, and he gets away from the first baseman. I said one hopper, but when it hit, it really did not bounce up much. It stayed down, and
it did.
That was a tough dig.
Really, that would have been a really tough play there by Canister, the first baseman. I just don't think that's not on him. That's just not a very strong throw by your third baseman there. Mercolina got to make a better throw, and see the coach is going to go out there, going to pull Chi-Fei Chong, but I think more so he's out there talking to his defense saying, you got to help my pitchers a little bit.
So 10-0 Louisiana. Damage has been done for Aruba. And if Aruba doesn't turn things around very quickly, they will be our first participant in the consolation game that's scheduled for 2:30 on Monday. So pitcher coming in to warm up here. Looks like number 18, Chenille Arnaud. And it'll be Chenille Arnaud coming in now for Aruba. So we have now batted around in this inning as Bernard started off the inning with a triple, ended up scoring on a throwing error. So he will come to the plate for the second time this inning. And we still only have one out in this inning. There's a good look at Chenille Arnaud. And at this point, I mean, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, coaching staff, you're walking out and you're going, hey, just throw strikes. We're down 10-0. Don't worry about any pressure at this point in time. Guys behind him, we got to wake up, get going here a little bit.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Tell him to come in and pump some strikes. Normally you would say let your defense do the work, but his defense hadn't been helping him really very much today. But again, you got to keep up coming out there throwing strikes and let whatever happens happens. That's all you can do.
So runners on second and third. Brings up Bernard, the center fielder. You see the fly out and the triple on the screen. That triple happened in this inning.
And that ball was hammered. That was the one he fastball down and in. He dropped the bat head. He'd have hit the ball off the right center field fence, and he was motoring at third base, and he was able to advance home on a throwing error by the cutoff man, the second baseman. Good swing.
That one fouled away.
That's a good swing, good aggressive swing right there. I like Jacob Bernard. I like his approach there up the plate. Standing right on top of the plate, daring you to come into him.
That breaking pitch off the plate. 2-1 count. Nicholas Zeman stands in the on-deck circle for Louisiana, already with a single in this one. Knocked in an RBI, scored a run. This pop fly headed towards short left field. Left fielder camped out underneath it, and the second out of the inning is made. And what a hop that one took as it hit the edge of the grass in the infield. Chris, you talked about it when the infield dirt starts to look a little tan, you start getting some trampoline effects and some weird bounces in here.
Well, that's just one where the left fielder there, Brian Saheed, came in and he threw the ball, and when he threw it home, his throw just hit right on the lip on the front part of the grass there in the infield, and it's really bounded high. Luckily, it didn't bound away, so no one was able to advance.
So for Arnaud, he comes in and is able to retire the first batter that he faces. That could be a good sign for Aruba, at least something positive going in their favor.
I think the key for Aruba right now is to get fly ball outs, right? I mean, throw fly balls, because that's where they've had their success so far, being able to get outs.
Pitch down and in.
Ooh, pretty close.
3-0 count. That one catches the outside corner of the plate. 3-1 now.
Look, that's the old sympathy strike there. I think it's that ball's a little bit out, but hey, I don't blame him. As a baseball player, you have to have that situational awareness. You got to know this has been a long inning. Anything close, he's gonna call that strike on 3-0.
That one up in the zone for ball 4. So that'll load him up again. And Austin Benoit will come to the plate. Another walk issued here from the Aruba pitchers. Benoit flew out in his first at bat. He was hit by pitch in his last plate appearance. You ever seen a guy get hit twice in one inning? Because that could happen. This is his second plate appearance here in this inning.
Oh, Sean, you almost called it. It did get him.
I'm buying a lottery ticket on the way home, folks. I promise.
Goodness. Can I share with you, man?
Absolutely.
Goodness. Wow.
He even tried to move out of the way of that one.
He did.
So that brings a run home. Makes that 11-0.
Wow.
Hunter Rehberg. He's going to owe everybody some cheeseburgers when this one's over, I think. When this game's over, he may have to say, hey, guys, lunch is on me.
I'm telling you.
They've spotted him 11 runs, and he's done a nice job on the mound himself.
Thanks for your help.
This one hit down the line right on the base, and you may not get an easier out.
No kidding.
But Aruba gets their third. However, damage has been done. Louisiana has opened the floodgates. They lead this one 11-0. Be back with more baseball for the 2017 Colt World Series after these messages from our sponsors.
Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions. Strike three call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be?
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
This part of our broadcast brought to us by IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Visit them online at iuhealth.org or give them a call at 765-448-8000 to schedule an appointment. Sean Walker, Chris Walker here from game number 5 of the 2017 Colt World Series. Louisiana on top of Aruba currently 11-0. And looking down at the scorecard, it doesn't seem quite fair, Chris, that Louisiana hitters 1 through 5 have already had 3 plate appearances in this game, and we are getting ready to see the number 8 hitter in Amir Leclerc for the very first time at the plate today for Aruba.
Wow.
that puts it into perspective for you.
Yes, that tells you that there's one team that's got a lot of runs and the other one does not have very many. Wow.
So Leclerc will try to get things going here for Aruba as he'll lead things off here in the 3rd inning. This one fouled away down the first base side, heads up by the batting cages.
And Rehberg comes right back out attacking the strike zone. First 1 pitch, 1 strike. I mean, really love that approach. Not only do you like that as a coach, but when you're a fielder, it keeps you on your toes. Good pitch.
That one just missed the strike zone. 1-1 count.
Very good pitch, though. Good call by the umpire.
This one hit to second base, and a nice play out there by the second baseman, able to snag that one with Zeman. Aruba still searching for that first hit today.
Yeah, it's that play, kind of another humpback line drive. Zeman runs over, he kind of jumps in there and turns that into a spectacular play and, for the first out of the inning. There he is, attacking the zone, strike 1.
For Aruba, this is a country with a population of 103,400. 7-hour plane ride. Approximately 2,200 miles away from Lafayette. This one takes a little bit of a bounce. Nicely done there by the shortstop in LaFleur. And 2 are quickly retired here in the 3rd.
Nice job there by LaFleur. Gets it tough. That last hop jumped up on him, and he stayed in front of it, made the play. Look at that salad. That is some good hair. He comes in, bounds, catches that last hop. He stays on it, makes a good strong throw to first base for the second out of the inning.
This one just off the plate for ball one. We encourage all of our viewers to stay tuned in all day long. 4 games headed your way. Our next game is going to feature the Lafayette All-Stars, who are the host team, and they will take on Greensboro, North Carolina. Both of those teams lost yesterday. North Carolina's got to be wanting to come back and get some revenge today. They were up 8-3 going into the bottom half of the last inning and lost 9-8.
Yeah, they can't have a very good taste in their mouth after that last inning yesterday, so you better be watching out if you're Lafayette coming into today.
That one in the dirt. 2-2 count. Three-two now. We're running full.
Everything's right around the play for Reber. You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Mercolina looks at the full count offering, hits it into left field. It was a liner, but it was right at the left fielder for the 3rd out of the inning. Aruba still hitless. Louisiana still on top, 11-0. More baseball headed your way when we return.
When you visit Pepe's Mexican restaurant, you'll be greeted a fun, vibrant family atmosphere. Whether you're joining us for lunch, dinner, or a special occasion, our manageable prices and sizable portions of authentic Mexican dishes will guarantee you won't be leaving hungry. And as always, free appetizers for waiting, because that's just the way we are. So come dine in or carry out. Open 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, located at 2525 Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
I want to thank all of our sponsors that make the Colt World Series possible, not only for our broadcast here on the ISC Sports Network, but even behind the scenes with the Colt Tournaments, Inc., who put on this tournament every single year and do such a fantastic job. This is the 48th straight year that this tournament has been held here in Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah, I'll tell you that the board does a great job, because this is I think when you come here as a fan and a spectator and you see it go off, it looks like it goes pretty seamless. I mean, everyone, usually you get really good reviews on how the tournament was run, but there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes on to put this tournament together. So it's a job well done by the board.
It's a year-round process, too. I mean, these guys might take, a 2-week breather when it's over and then right back to starting to think about the following year.
Yeah, I was on the board the last couple of years, but I don't have the time, because you're right. It is year-round. I mean, you're meeting, you're trying to plan and do things, but, man, those guys do a good job.
This Loeb Stadium is set for complete renovation. They're going to demo the entire thing and build a new one. And I'll tell you, looking at the architectural design, it is going to be beautiful. I've never wanted to fast forward in my life, but I would love to fast forward it to the opening day of that stadium, because it looks like it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They're actually going to reverse the field. So what you're looking at on your screen right there is home plate will now be center field.
That's right. My middle son, my middle child, Jacob, will be, that means his senior year here at Jeff. He'll play, and they'll have to play all away games because the new stadium will be being built, and he is super upset he'll never get a chance to play on this field. But I'll tell you, it is going to be beautiful.
For those locally tuning in and checking out the games, they might have been over to Kokomo to check out the stadium over there. It's going to resemble that one quite a bit that they've built over there. That's the home of the Kokomo Jackrabbits. The Lafayette Aviators, one of the Prospect League teams that played here, had a fantastic season this year. And unfortunately for them, they I believe, won their division and got into the playoffs, as this one's hit towards shortstop, throw across the diamond, and will be retired. But those guys weren't able to host because you had the Colt World Series in here, which, something that obviously happens every single year. And Those are unfortunate things that happen, but we want to wish the Aviators all the best.
I tell you what, this is a nice play by Jerick Francis. He ranges for the third base side at shortstop and makes a strong throw to throw out Bo Louvier at first base. Really nice play by the shortstop from Aruba.
That one fouled away. Okway steps in. Okway had a single back in the second inning, drove in 2 RBIs. Should start to see more fans filing into the stands here as we approach game number 2. It will feature one of the local area teams in the Lafayette All-Stars. And if Lafayette doesn't win, Chris, a crazy thing that could happen is they could be out of the tournament before Hoosier North even plays a single game.
No kidding.
With
It's
the way the bracket lines up.
Strange how the brackets work, but that is, I was talking about that last night, and that's, that will be very interesting, and that's going to make for some crazy bragging rights for the other fairly local team here. So we'll see what happens.
Another team I'm excited to see today is a team from Mexico. They always bring such great fans. This one's ripped into left field. Another hit put on the board today by Okway.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the energy, just the way they play the game. You got to love it. I mean, you love the flair. Just a nice swing there by Okway. Fastball he gets, and he gets the bat head out. Drives into left field for a 1-out single. And now you have looks like you have either –
you got a couple things. You got a pinch runner, and you've got a pinch hitter here. It looks like number 10 is coming in, Christian Stafford. He'll hit in Landon LaFleur's spot in the 9-hole, and I did not get the number of the young man that ran out. It might have been 13, Gage Bim. It's out on first base as a pinch runner. So Stafford will pinch hit. Number 13 is the pinch runner. You see there from our camera shots. Thanks to the crew for helping me out there.
Gage Beam? How would you pronounce Bim?
It's Bim.
Bim.
This one gets away from the catcher. Bim's able to scoot on down to second base. You know, another thing for Louisiana, quite a few left-handed hitters or switch hitting capabilities at least.
Mm-hmm. Good take
Seen
there
a
by
number of
Stafford.
guys come, and then we've got a balk on the play. Did not come set in enough time. He literally just broke his hands right away before going set is what the instruction is from the umpire.
That's a good call. It's a good call because he definitely did not come set for a second there. You gotta come set, which Chanel did not do. So that's going to advance the runner to third base.
That one off the plate.
Chanel Arnaud, the pitcher. Not to be confused with Shaquille O'Neal.
Arnaud. Tough play for the second baseman, and does a good job there of just keeping it in the infield and not making a bad throw.
I think that's a clean base hit. I think that play right there is one of the toughest plays a second baseman will have to make. That's that medium hit ball, ground ball, hit up the middle where you're going to have to come through on the run through, field it cleanly, and throw on the run. That's going to be as tough a play you see the second baseman have to make. He just couldn't get a grip on it, so it's a base hit here, drives in a run.
So Bim, who came in as the pinch runner, comes around to score off the pinch hitter's single there in Christian Stafford. So even the bench players are raking today here for Louisiana. This wild pitch thrown all the way to the backstop. That one kind of reminded me of the Randy Johnson, John Kruk pitch there. That wasn't close.
Very observant there, Sean. You're right on top of that one. Absolutely right. Guess who's up to hit again? we got our man Cameron Richard, and he is, 2 for 2 on the day with a walk, homer, and a double. Let's see if we can get the triple here and get that one out of the way.
They give him a chance. The last 2 pitches he's seen was in the back of the leg and 10 feet over his head. That one in the dirt. Got 3 RBIs on the day, scored twice.
Yeah, this may be a situation where Cameron may not get an opportunity here. Just depends on what happens.
Going fouled away. One thing I love here about the Colt World Series too are the ball boys that sit back here and they wait for the foul ball to hit the backstop, and then they run out. A lot of times you get them racing against each other. See who's going to get there first.
Tell you what, it almost looks like the Oklahoma football drill at times, man.
That one in the dirt. Nice job behind the plate digging that one out. By Eduarda. There's one of the young men we're talking about. See, he hides behind the fence. He's just waiting. Look, he's ready to attack too, it looks like.
Yes, he is. Stay away from my baseball.
Runner going. And then Arnaud's got to come home to cover the plate. Richard's going to reach first here via the walk. And the runner advanced down to third.
I tell you what, man, that's a little I'm going to bring in a new pitcher, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be all that happy if I'm the coach from Aruba when you're up 11-0 and you're stealing third base there. I mean, that's a little excessive maybe, but hey, you're here to win games and advance in the tournament, so I'm not can't fault him.
There's a good shot inside the dugout for Aruba as Arnaud will come out of the game. Number 7 is going to come in. It'll be Ardwin Tromp. Tromp is the 4th pitcher today. So pitching-wise for Arnaud, he threw 22 pitches, gave up a hit, walked a couple of batters.
John, I think someone in our press box area, man, has some pulled pork or something, man. It smells really good.
So for the Cajuns, it'll be Wyatt Verrett who come to the plate. He's reached base twice, but both times he reached because of an error. So he's looking for his first hit in today's action. Did score a run back in the first inning. Got an opportunity to drive in another run here for Louisiana. Did I hear you talking about pulled pork a minute ago? Is that what we're
I'm telling you, man. I don't know what it is, but it smells good in this press box right now. Trump comes in and pounds the strike zone right away.
I heard you say it, but I think it was when the smell hit the nostrils too that it really sank in. This one hit towards the gap, right fielder able to get there. It'll still drive in the run for Louisiana. It's a little sac fly RBI action.
You know, Sean, that's one of those scary plays out there where you have the center fielder and the right fielder converging on a fly ball, and you have to really make sure you're communicating out there on that play, and they did that. The right fielder is able to make the play. The center fielder holds off at the last minute because that could have been a scary and ugly collision out there.
I'll tell you what, Aruba's got some speed in the outfield, but
Yeah,
Brandon
they do.
St. Iago, he is covering some ground.
Yes, he is.
He needs to go work at Jimmy John's, man. He can deliver some freaky fast sandwiches, right? Jacob Bernard steps in.
Gotta love those center fielders that can run and cover some ground. That can really help your pitchers out.
Runner goes. Pretty good throw from the catcher that time, but a better jump down there from Cameron Richard. And again, up with a big lead, still being aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah, that's hey, I don't think the team from Aruba is very appreciative of the base stealing. I'm not going to say that was intentional, but that ball was thrown behind the hitter there that time. And you see the coach from the Louisiana team is coming in to talk to the umpire. I think they're going to make another substitution here, another pinch hitter.
It'll be Kaplan Searle. He'll come in as a pinch hitter here. Excuse me, Kaplan Sorrell.
It's good to have a good public address announcer. We can steal pronunciations from him, you know.
He shared them with me earlier, and I still butchered it. How about that?
Well, that's what happens in some of these World Series when you get teams coming in from across the world. Some of these pronunciations can be really tough on us American guys.
Yeah, this is my I'll have the full day on the call here today. I'll have the consolation game on Monday. We'll turn things over to Greg Rakestraw tomorrow, who will come in and handle basically the play-by-play duties through the remainder of the tournament. Greg always does such a great job.
It's another pitch behind the back of a hitter there. I'll tell you what, man, if I'm the hitter, you better be on the lookout up there because you don't know where that ball is coming.
That one just missed. It'll be 3-1 now. First base is open. 2 outs in the inning.
Wow.
That one missed way outside as well. Here comes the coach, and it looks like another pitching change will take place. It'll be Sean, and I'm going to guess at this one, Gotze. We'll see if I'm right. Because I did not get a pronunciation on this one.
Yeah, there's just going to be a bunch of changes here.
Yeah, they're going to move players all around, so we'll do our best to try to get this one straightened out for you. Let's take a quick break as they make the changes. We get a new pitching change for sure. We know that's happening. We'll try to straighten it all out and come back here, wrap things up for you from 2017 Colt World Series at game number 5.
Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
For the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott. There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T Uverse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're going to be waiting for a while.
Don't let UVerse slow you down. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
So I'm guessing in the DH spot is where they're. And we're still trying to figure things out here. As you hear us talking about it in the press box, but I think what we've gotten so far is Sean Gotze has moved out to left field. The left fielder in Brian Saheed has come to the mound. So I think it was just a position swap there and a defensive substitution.
I will try to catch up when they come up to bat.
We do know stepping to the plate is Austin Benoit. Three out of the last four batters faced have been walks from the Aruba pitching staff. So Benoit steps in. He'll be the first batter to face Saeed. And first pitch is a strike.
It's a good sign. Try to get this third out of the inning here.
Benoit lifts this one high into left field. Could be trouble in the gap. And it is down. And that is going to clear the bases for Louisiana. How about 3 RBIs on one swing of the bat and a stand-up double for Austin Benoit.
Wow.
Nice piece of hitting by Benoit that time.
It just gets a fastball up. He gets a bat hit too, drives it into deep left center field where it can't be caught. Gets himself a 3 RBI double.
I think Louisiana, after only scoring 3 runs yesterday, they're wanting to see how many they can top today. They've got 16 across here, and we're still in the top of the 4th inning. That one hit hard at first base, and I think that's a single. Did you score that as a hit?
No, that's a hit. I mean, you can get in front of that if you want to, but that's a base hit, man. That ball smoked.
Good grief. That was a nice hard hit there by Hunter Rehberg, and he'll drive in an RBI here.
He just got handcuffed there, the first baseman did. Nothing you can really do about that one. RBI single for Rehberg.
So for the second time in as many innings, Louisiana has batted around again. John Kirsch is going to come in and hit here for what was the number 7 spot.
Beau Louvier.
Deliver here inside off the plate, ball 1. Back to the pitcher. They'll flip over to first base and get the 3rd out of the inning. But Louisiana dominating on top here right now. 17-0 your score. They are over Aruba. We'll be back with more baseball here from the 2017 Colt World Series presented by MTC Sports.
This is the dawn of an old day because AT&T and DirecTV are offering yesterday's technology today. TV from space. As long as it's not too rainy. Or windy. Or there isn't a branch in the way. Welcome to the moment no one's been waiting for.
The fastest internet and the best TV experience is already here with X1, only from Xfinity.
17-0 your score here, bottom of the fourth. Louisiana on top of Aruba. Aruba will have 6 outs to try to get this thing under double digits to continue this game. Otherwise, their hopes to win a Colt World Series championship will come to an end. They would participate in a consolation game on Monday at 2:30. There are the two teams that are set to, I was going to say tip off, but set to face each other. Game number 2 coming up at the conclusion of this one. We'll have a brief break again to clean up the infield, and then we'll get after it.
Brandon Santiago.
So Santiago will lead things off here for Aruba. He's only come to the plate one time in this game. It was a ground out to the shortstop.
To the flow master. Uh-oh.
His teammates giving him a hard time because he was ready to go and the home plate umpire wasn't even on the field.
Yeah, he was pretty animated when he stepped out of the batter's box there.
He's ready. I would be too. You're 4 innings into the game and you're just now getting to the plate for the second time. That's the best part about playing baseball is getting to hit. This one slapped towards second, knocked down, got time, good strong throw, and it's in time. It looked like that Santiago came up just a little bit lame at the end of that one too, but seems to be walking okay now.
Yeah, nice play there by second baseman. I believe that's still Nicholas Zeman there. He knocks it down and does not panic, picks the ball up, makes a strong throw. But yeah, Santiago, his last step, his last stride over to first base was kind of one of those long overstrides and where you're trying to really beat the play, extending like you're a sprinter. And sometimes when you do that, you kind of misstep and you hit the corner of that base and you roll your ankle a little bit.
So Francis comes to the plate here for Aruba. This one hit foul over towards the grounds crew. Francis still the only player in the tournament so far with a hit for Aruba. They are hitless today. His lone hit came yesterday against Michigan's starting pitcher.
Well, to be honest, they haven't had many opportunities so far to get hits.
This one popped up into the air. Shortstop camped out underneath, makes the squeeze, and another put out by LaFleur.
It's getting the gut check time. Put some little pressure on your fielders there. No one wants to make that mistake behind Reborg. Yeah, I think we saw the umpire go out and talk to the batter, and the coach from Aruba, he may have gotten a warning for throwing his bat after that last at-bat.
That one, good strong throw across the diamond, and they are retired in order once again. Louisiana will come to the plate. They don't necessarily need more runs, but they'll have the opportunity to put more on the board. They lead 17-0.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Daily since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe, and Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daily for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe, and Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
We welcome you back. Louisiana on top, 17-0 over Aruba. And we won't talk about the 0 in the hit column necessarily just yet for Aruba. But looking at the scoreboard, Chris, it made me think. I've got this nice program in front of me. I want to break it out. I want to look. And I thought, 17 runs, that's a lot in a baseball game. I'm curious to see how many runs, what's the record for the most runs in a Colt World Series game. And it is from Fall River, Massachusetts in the year 2000. They hung 32 runs on the board. Most runs by a team in an inning, San Dimas, California, same year, 18. I'm guaranteeing that was probably still holds the record as well for the longest game and the longest inning in the history of the Colt World Series. I could be wrong. This one slapped towards short. Shortstop got time. Good strong throw on the money. And the first out is retired for Louisiana.
And that was a pinch hitter there, Connor Castile, coming in to pinch hit for Gage Beam. I believe came in the pinch run for Cameron Okway before, and that was just Connor Castile that grounded out to the shortstop. Nice arm there.
LaFleur had a pinch hitter the last time he was up with Christian Stafford, but he's re-entered.
Tell you what, LaFleur can really move too. I want to see him hit the ball on the ground or in a gap somewhere, see him run a little bit.
I'll tell you, I bet he runs like his hair's on fire. Swing and a miss there.
It's a good pitch.
2-2 count.
Fastball down and in under his hands to kind of ties him up.
Saeed has done a pretty good job since he's come into the game here for Aruba.
Yes, he has.
That one up in the zone, and there's a strikeout. That is the first strikeout recorded today by Louisiana, or by one of their hitters. Little high cheese there. So Cameron Richard will have a pinch hitter here as Alexander Duyan will come in to hit for him here.
Sean, if I'm reading my scorecard correctly, I think that was only the second strikeout of this ball game.
It is.
Wow.
Even through your handwriting, you are correct.
You know that about me. It's very hard to read my handwriting.
Duyan with his first plate appearance. Watches that one go by for a strike. 1-2. When Aruba comes to the plate, they'll be down to their final 3 outs. 2-2 count. Unless they can start manufacturing some hits and some runs.
It's going to be a lot of manufacturing.
This one, a little flare into left field,
nice
and it
job.
gets down. And that is a base hit. So what we've noticed today from Louisiana is it doesn't matter who they bring in. They are hitting the ball all over the field. This has got to give them confidence as they maneuver through the tournament.
You're right. We've seen balls hit all over the field. Right field line, left field line, in the gaps. They don't discriminate when it comes to hitting the ball all over the field.
Over the fence, off the fence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of those have been hit so hard they could have went through the fence.
That's right.
Swung at that one, gets away. He did not make contact with his bat, so the runner will advance down to second. This is Wyatt Verrett. A sac fly RBI the last time he came to the plate. This one hit towards center field. Center fielder gives chase, camps out underneath it, and the third out of the inning is retired. Aruba, hitless in this one, will have to put 8 runs on the board to extend the life of this game. Bottom of the 5th headed your way when we return here on the ISC Sports Network.
Would like to think of myself as being a specialist in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance. Crop insurance. I know the importance of carrying high limits of liability. Price is important. It's got to be affordable. It's got to be a main part of my operation and operating costs because I can't afford to have a loss without coverage.
Good shot of the Lafayette All-Stars here from the 2017 Colt World Series. They are eager to take the field and try to avenge that loss that came last night, 10-0 to the Netherlands. Sean Gotze will step to the plate for Aruba. He's now hitting in that number 5 spot. It's a young man that came into play left field for Aruba. That one fouled away. A brief souvenir. As they are asked to return all foul balls back. Going off the plate for a ball. 2-1 count.
Reborg still living around that strike zone, doing a very nice job.
This one fouled away back towards the fans.
Just out of play.
I think that went off the hip of a gentleman over there.
Ouch.
Yeah, he's showing that's where it got me.
He doesn't look too thrilled about that either.
He didn't really even move. He must be a hockey guy. This one hit to first. First baseman, can of corn play here. Second out, or first out of the inning retired. Unassisted 3. Reggie Eduarda, your catcher, the only person to reach base in this game for Aruba. Otherwise, what you would see going right now would be a perfect game.
Wow.
From Hunter Reberg. That one in there for a strike.
Just living in the strike zone. He's done a tremendous job all day. Changing speeds.
He's the Greg Maddux of the tournament so far today.
Telling you.
That one back up the middle.
Look at LaFleur. Oh.
Can't scoop it. How will they score it?
As much as I like Brandon LaFleur there, I would have to give him an E6 to try to preserve that. Let's see, a slow roller there right behind.
I just heard confirmation in the press box.
That's
this
an
is E6.
That's an E6. It is. That's a tough chance, but he can make that play there.
If I'm LaFleur, I'm like, it's good.
That's
Put
right.
it on me, man.
That's right.
I don't even care.
Absolutely.
This one popped up, third base there. Second out retired. So Aruba down to their final out. This will be Norangelo Jacobus for Aruba, hitting in the number 8 spot. In there for a strike. Do you think Reberg is wondering, or do you think, and in fairness, if you look out on the board, it looks like there's some lights out in the hit column, and it looks like there's a 1 on the board. Maybe he's not even aware he's got a no-hitter going right now.
I think he's fully aware that he has a no-hitter going right now. These kids are too observant nowadays, man. They don't miss these kind of things.
I think I'd be the parent that would be making sure that those were lights out and that wasn't actually a 1 in the hit column. Swing and a miss there. Got him. Louisiana is your winner. And according to our records up here, that is a no-hitter for Hunter Reberg in 5 innings. Louisiana comes out in dominating fashion, 17-0. Hunter Reberg, fantastic job. And it's probably a pretty easy guess as to who the player of the game is going to be at this point in time.
Yeah, that's an impressive performance by Hunter Reberg. He just really pumped strikes all day, stayed in the zone. Defense played well behind him. Very nice job, Hunter Reberg.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back one more time here from game number 1 to wrap things up for you quickly before we take another break and get ready for game number 2 of the Colt World Series here on the second day. We'll be back with more right after this.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Right as the light goes in,
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, and touchdown.
Wow. Denhart looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field, he's got Fusich. Look at this one again.
Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
Is on the board. The North wins 10-7.
Welcome you back here, post-game show. 17-0 Louisiana over Aruba. You see there, no runs, no hits. Congratulations to Mr. Hunter Reberg. His numbers on the day, 5 innings pitched, only threw 60 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 0 hits. The most important, he is going to be our player of the game today. That young man joins a few names. We talked about Scott McTaggart throwing a no-hitter earlier. It'll be Jeff Migdal, Gregory Terlecki, David Horledge and Brent Nackert, Kevin Constantino and Eric Burns, Zach Jackson, and the last one that we saw was from Jorge Olivas a few years ago back in 2012, and now Hunter Reberg joins that. Our very own Pete Gasho will join us now as we'll throw it down to Pete. He's got the post-game interview. Pete, take it away. Having a little bit of technical difficulties with the microphone. We'll make sure that everything's turned on properly. We'll carry for a minute here and see if we can't get that interview. But how about Hunter Reberg? And I think I just heard Pete in my ear, so I believe he's ready to go now. Let's throw it back down to Pete. Pete, take it away, second time. All right.
You did know what was going on then. Best that the Cajuns have to offer?
Hopefully not. Something we were missing yesterday. A lot of defensive mistakes yesterday. Very unusual of us. Very.
Michigan play any?
I dig it.
Greensboro, if you could please bring your lineup to the press box at this time. Greensboro, please bring your lineup to the press box. Thank you.
Series, and once again, young man.
Thanks, Pete. And as we continue to work through a few technical difficulties, it happens. That's one thing that Mr. Hunter Reberg, the player of the game, didn't have to do today. 5 innings pitched, only 60 pitches thrown, 0 hits. Congratulations to Louisiana as they will move on in this tournament. For Aruba, they will be the first team to head to the consolation game. That one's scheduled as of now for Monday at 2:30 p.m. For Louisiana, you have to give me just a second here to figure out exactly where they are going. They will play the loser of game number 7, and that is scheduled for August 6th at 2:30 p.m. So that would be tomorrow's game that we would see that team. Your final thoughts on this one, Chris?
Just really impressive pitching performance by Hunter Reberg. He stayed around the plate, changed speeds very well. And then the hitting, I mean, they just the Louisiana team came out, hit the ball hard, and Aruba didn't help themselves defensively very much, and they got behind the 8 ball, and they just couldn't get back on track.
We'll sign off momentarily here from game number 1 of the day. Game number 2 of the day headed your way. It is Greensboro, North Carolina versus the Lafayette All-Stars. We'll have that one for you momentarily. We appreciate you tuning into our Game 1 coverage. We'll be back with the other one right after this quick break.